Greetings, everyone. Lord Von Wolf coming back at you with another episode of Noob Sauce. Here we are on episode 5. Alright, you kind of see something new here. This banner, which is what it's called, wasn't here before. Well, suffice it to say, I had a visit. As you can tell. Yep, I was visited by a raid captain. Now, a raid captain basically is a wandering pack of marauders, and the captain who wears the banner on his back gives you a spell effect, a bad one that creates a raid inside of a village. This is a lot more advanced. And since we've already been kind of dealing with combat and stuff like that, this is going to be like the exploration / combat episode. So here's a little bit of a clip of me going after this guy. Okay, just doing a quick little clip here. I'm not sure where this will fall into place, but I have an empty bucket here and I have a cow. If I right click on the cow with bucket, I get a milk bucket. The reason why I want that is because something just shot at me. This guy right here. He is a captain wandering patrol. Now those extra stars still there, that means I did extra damage. Oh, my boots are pretty. So if I jump and hit at the right time, I can do that. And I managed to kill him. But if you actually look, besides the achievement I got, voluntary exile, which is kill a raid captain. I love that. Maybe consider staying away from villages. Yeah, because if you actually walk into a village while you have this effect on, we'll start an actual raid, which is pretty powerful. But that's that symbol right here. Alright. If I drink, it's a spell effect basically. So if I drink a bucket of milk, I get rid of that effect. And on top of that, I got two things. One, which is natural in the game. Wrong button. Open up my equipment. We've got the anonymous banner, which means we killed the raid captain. And because of the vanilla tweaked mob heads, or more mob heads actually, I actually have a pillager head now. And I can put it on and look like a pillager. Alright. Okay, so we're back. Now, fighting these guys, as you can tell, is not exactly easy because... Wrong button, sorry. I only have leather boots and a leather tunic. And of course a head which doesn't offer any protection whatsoever. So let's get ourselves better protected so we can actually survive these attacks a lot more easier. So we're going to open up our crafting table. We're going to go into our weapons and armor tab. We have plenty of iron because I did a little bit of exploring around the area and didn't go in the cave. I was going to go into the cave with you guys. I found that area where the zombie burned up is a dead end, and I used that as a strip mine type thing for resources. And I got a couple pieces of iron out of that. So let's make a suit of armor for us. Now you can actually start with leather if you really want to. Kill a bunch of cows and get leather. Or get the vanilla tweak that I have, in which you cook up rotten flesh, because rotten flesh is pretty useless in the game except for feeding dogs and emergency food. That's the only thing about rotten flesh that it does. So I like to be able to cook it and make leather out of it and build all kinds of stuff with that. But if you don't have that, just go kill a bunch of cows. Okay, now we're going to suit up in iron. The most expensive piece is your iron chest plate. Okay, it requires 8 pieces of iron in itself. Your boots only requires 4 in these formations, by the way. So if you just study the formations, legs are the next most costly. That's 7, and the least one is your helmet, which is 5. Actually, the least is the boots, which is only 4. And there we go. We have our first full set of iron armor. And we get our next advancement. So we got the voluntary exile from killing the raid captain. And now we have suit up, which is protect yourself with a piece of iron armor. Alright, we're kind of moving along here. So let's get that in and let's put it on. Now you can either pick it up and place it, or you can just shift and left click in place. And there we go. We are all suited up. Hey. By the way, if you want to shift views like that, all you do is use your function 5 key, and you can go through 3 different modes of viewing the game. Alright, so we've made that. Now, there's actually another piece of equipment that you can use to defend yourself called a shield. Okay, the shield right here uses 1 piece of iron and 6 planks of any kind. Alright, and what you do with that is, instead of putting your torches or food or whatever in that block, you put that in your shield, your offhand, and that creates a shield. Now, it's in the lower left corner, right here. That's the shield. Of course, my sword, I'm holding onto my sword. So, in order to use this, you right-click on the mouse button, and you see the shield comes up. If I go into F5 mode, watch. Okay, the shield comes up. That means it's actually protecting you and will reduce damage, sometimes taking it completely away. Alright, and of course you swing, protect, okay. So that's how the shield will function. You do get advancement for using the shield and everything. Now we actually have one more piece of equipment we can create at this time. Alright, called the bow. You need 3 sticks and 3 string. Put it in this formation. If you've noticed, most of the tools that we create are done so in a way that's reasonably imaged by the actual shape of the tool. So now we have created a bow. This is a long distance weapon. I've had a few skeletons die, and I managed to get some arrows. But you can also create arrows, as you can see here. To create 4 arrows, you need flint, which you get from gravel, that if you mine without silk touch, there's a chance of a piece of flint dropping instead of the gravel block dropping. So I am going to create 2 of those, and that's going to give me 8 more arrows on top of the 5 that I got from the skeletons. Now, in addition to this, I'm going to create one more tool right now because I have the iron still, and that's called a flint and steel. That uses a piece of flint and 1 iron. And what you can do with this is, A, you can light your portals to get to the nether, or you can start fires with it. Okay? And, yeah, that's a recipe. Now, if I watch. Of course, I used up a durability, but that's fire. Now, notice the fire isn't spreading or anything like that, or it's not even actually going out, because I turned off the fire spread from the first episode. If you remember, you can now hear it sizzling. All you do is just tap it, and it'll go out. Okay, now, the one thing I've been wanting to show you is the stone that I cooked a couple episodes ago. We're going to put that back in, and we're going to cook the stone itself into something. Let me put this stuff away. Hopefully I have room in here. I'm done with that so that I can go in there. I don't need that right now. I don't need you. And I think I'm out of room. Yeah, I'm getting pretty well out of room here. So that can go, that can go. I have 3 planks, so let's make 1 more chest. That'll give me 7. I need 8 in total. So we'll do this, and where am I going to put you? Okay, we'll put you right there. And I'll put the head in there, right? Sound good? Sounds good. Let's put that here. And I don't really need that, and I don't need that. Good. Okay, we're cooking this up. And what we can do now is I'm going to create 2 more furnaces. 1, 2. Now you do that. You see this here is placed in 2. If I shift click in here, I now get 2 total furnaces. The first thing I'm going to make is this right here, a smoker. Click on that, you get the furnace with any 4 variant logs in this formation. You get a smoker, and what that is it's a food cooker that cooks faster than the normal furnace, but it only cooks food. So you can't cook anything else other than food in this. So let's place that over here for right now. And if you open up the book, see right now I can cook all of this stuff in this smoker. Okay. Now that we have this completed, now this is the smooth stone. Alright. And we just got the next recipe for the next item I want to create, including half slabs. Okay, so the next item we're going to create using that extra furnace that we have is a blast furnace, and it's not coming up. Okay, so let's take this, do this. This is how you search for something. So we're looking for a blast furnace. And okay, I do need that iron back because I need the 5 pieces of iron. See? Even I forget sometimes. Oh, put into this one. This has to get cleaned up. The last 5 pieces I have, that's right. I did count right. Okay, so take you off, put you back, and now we're going to want this, the blast furnace. Okay, the first one we created was the stone cutter using stone. This is the blast furnace using the smooth stone from stone that's cooked from cobblestone. There's a mouthful for you. This is used to smelt your ores and stuff. Okay? And it cooks, of course, faster than the furnace. So those are the next set of tools that we've created. There's a couple more we will be creating. Like this away, because I no longer need this. And we're going to do a little exploring and some combat. Let's sleep, get the night away, so the only mobs we actually get are going to be where we want them to be. Alright. Now, if you don't actually have string, what you can do is you can take your wool. This is a vanilla tweak I have. Okay. And I can convert it over to 4 pieces of string. Normally, the only thing you do is take string and make wool out of it, but with the vanilla tweak, I can actually craft string from the wool. It's a reversal. Alright, so I'm going to keep a crafting table with me. I'm going to make sure I have a stack of stone and cobblestone with me. Cobblestone? Stone, right. Cobblestone and dirt. Tongue-tied again, because I'm going to use this for climbing and stuff like that. I'm going to make sure I have some food in my inventory, and a decent supply of my tools. And in this case, I had my bow and arrows. I'm going to bring the shield along. Normally, I leave it back. Some wood and coal. This is initially. Now, you can do whatever you decide to do, but I usually take this as the most basic. And then if I have enough, depending on if I'm really going out, I make an extra bed and use it as a mobile bed. Alright, so let's get moving along here. And I will get to that shortly. A bee! Okay. Let's explore that cave a little bit. Okay, now here's that wheat farm we built during the farm episode and the pumpkin farm, of course. Now this also is a vanilla tweak. See these green exclamation marks? That means that this particular item is ready for harvesting. That's not in the normal vanilla game. I do this because my family has a tendency of not knowing when to harvest. And whatever, it works for me too. And this is, of course, the pumpkins. As you see here, the stem has grown and created this pumpkin. All you have to do to harvest it is simply just punch it or use an axe on it. And same thing with the wheat. You could just punch it. Don't need to use an axe. Let's get down to that cave section. Oh, I did get the horses, by the way, so I made a little paddock for them. I bred some more of the animals and stuff. I can't do the pigs yet because I was wrong about the wheat. Apologize for that. It's not wheat. It's potatoes that they can now use for breeding and stuff like that. My brain kind of fizzled on that one. But carrots and potatoes. Alright, so we got the cows. I made the paddock for the sheep a little bit bigger because I was breeding them, as you can tell. I brought over the black guy and the brown guy. I bred the gray with a white and got that light gray guy over there. Been trying to breed the brown guy with the white ones to try to get a brown sheep, but unfortunately I've gotten 2 white sheep. But we can dye them, that's not a problem. I will show you that at a later time. Alright. Let's get down into this case. Oh, there's a bat. Nuisance. Flying rat. Boy, I can't help them. They are actually hard to hit because they move really quickly. Takes 2 hits with a stone sword. Nope. Sometimes I can get the bat head to drop, but they don't actually normally drop anything. They're just a nuisance. They do let you know, though, that there's a cave nearby if you can hear them flying. Alright, remember I showed you this cave area. So what I'm going to normally do is I normally have the torches up in here, but I'll move it down over here. Alright, I'm going to start the cave area. When I'm done, I'll put a torch like up here somewhere to indicate that I've cleared this cave. So I come back to it and I'm like, am I done exploring this one or not? Or, you know, for now, I'm going to leave that off because I'm not done exploring. And how you choose to explore is going to be up to you. I normally put torches down on the floor because I'm pretty good at remembering my layouts. But generally, people tell you if you go into a cave system, place the torches like on the left wall or the right wall, so you know that when you go in one way, you can come back out the same way. The torches switch whatever wall they're on. So in other words, if I did everything on the left wall, I explore, and then when I come out, they'll be on the right side of my character. Whatever works for you, hey, you do. Okay, so I'm going to torchify up this section. I'm not going to dig up the ores right now because I'm not going to want to bore you guys in the delving, but you're definitely going to want to learn to spam your torches everywhere. The reason for this is when you start creating things, especially like mob farms, you're going to want a lot of these caves and areas lit up so that your rates for spawning in those farms are higher. Otherwise, they'll be lessened by the fact that mobs can spawn in these dark areas. Okay. Now, so we have running water here. Now, some people can destroy this. You can actually use a torch to do it, or you can use a block to do it. Or you don't even have to do that at all. You can, if you want to leave it, you know, as a source, because who knows, you might need it for something. I mean, we got water out there. But you can also do this to trap the water. Also, is not doing anything over here. So let's put a torch down. Torch. We torchify, and I think we dead-ended, which is okay. No big deal. Just gives us an idea of what we're doing here. Okay, good. All right, and as you can see, there's enough light that, you know, the likelihood of something spawning in here is low. There might be like 1 or 2 areas where it might be a 7, but it ain't gonna spawn anything. So we dead end in this initial cave right here, which is fine. I come back, I'll collect these resources, and so I will take us over real quick to that area I was talking about when I'm strip mining for resources. You can tell I kind of did a little bit in here as well. Created like this staircase system in here. Okay, now let's go over here. Oh, by the way, to quickly switch between your tools, you can use your scroll wheel like I'm doing right now, or if you click the 1 through 9 key on your keyboard, you will instantly go on top of whatever tool is in that specific spot. So I'm pretty good with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5. There's also another little trick you can do. If you use the F key, it'll switch the item that's in your main hand, which you can also switch if you're left-handed. You can put out your main hand as your left hand, by the way. You hit the F key, and it will switch the item that's in your offhand with your main hand. Okay? It's just a little trick right there. Now, this is where that zombie died burning up and stuff, and as you can see, I started strip mining this area for the resources and everything like so, which dead ends, and I picked up an egg. Okay, now we're getting ready to get to nighttime. Okay, I'm actually probably going to let it get to nighttime. Underground water pool. Or, let's see, I think, yeah, this was a cave here, right? I think so. It goes down, right? Oh, yeah, that goes kind of deep. So let's start here. Nope. So let's start here. All right. Ooh, okay, we've got our first, I got plenty. Now, I'm going to use a bow on this guy. So what you do is you right-click and hold down, and that'll tell you the strength of the pull of the bow. I've got it fully pulled, and as you see, I'm shaking right now. So when I fire, he's going to take full damage from this arrow. And I'm going to get an achievement. achievement. I'm sorry, advancement. It used to be called achievements. Now, for the bow, it takes 3 arrows to kill him. For a stone sword, it takes 4 swings of a stone sword. I'll show you a technique that I call bob and weave, basically. It's like a boxing term, to kill those guys. Oh, and that's just a water particle. Remember the water right up there? That just lets you know there's water above you. Alright, let's get down in here. And, of course, some TNT. That's gunpowder. Let's get you over there. Now I gotta make some more torches. Alright. Let's do this real quick so we don't get trapped off. Good. And that's gravel. Okay, let's put it there and put one here. Alright, this looks like it might be a good hole to explore. Yep. This goes in a little bit. I think that goes up and around to the other little section I was looking at. I don't want that there. Let me put that over there. Let me give you here. Let me put you over here. And look, there's a zombie. Which is fine. I'm just torching up a little bit so I don't have something coming behind me to kill me. That might be too close. Okay. There is actually a reason to my madness for my span torching. I've done this enough times to know basically about where to stick these, so it almost guarantees a okay spread. And I would normally be digging up these resources as I go along, so that is done. That's plugged into my brain, believe it or not. Our zombie is still there. Oh, we got 2 zombies. Now, watch, I'll let him hit the shield. Now, see, the shield took some damage. I didn't take the damage. Now, since I'm swinging a sword, if I swing at them together, the main guy will take most of the damage, but the surrounding guys will take a little bit of damage. There's an enchant called Sweeping Edge, which will help increase that that ability. Now, the shield took a what is it? Whoop, another guy coming in. Okay, let's get over here. A little bit better over here. Okay, so the shield took a little bit of damage, 4 points of damage. Let's repair this stone sword. And the iron helmet, and yeah, all 1 point? Yeah, all 1 point. Okay. So as you can see, I actually didn't take any damage, but my gear did. Eventually, I will take damage down here. And I'm hungered because combat actually makes you hungry. So, when you're in combat, just notice that your hunger bar will deplete a lot more quicker than just simply exploring. Oh, wait, that torch. Oh, torch. Trying to maximize the amount of light spread that the torches will give. Oh, that's a skeleton sound. And I'm going to want to block his 1 arrow shot to get an advancement. I think he's over here. Yeah, he's over here. You can tell by, since I have headphones on, you can tell by listening to the direction of the noise in your headphones. Of course, now if you look at the caption, it'll indicate left or right where the noise is coming from. Once again, remember, for those who are hearing impaired, make sure it's behind me. I'll show you this. This is a crevasse, an underground ravine, which has plenty of lava. I use lava like crazy for cooking items, which is great for me. That black block down here is obsidian. There's some gold. Now we need iron or better to mine that gold up. And I left the iron pick upstairs. I didn't think we'd actually get this low into the world. But that's cool. Good. And obsidian is made by water hitting lava. Alright. Let's go see if we can find that skeleton and get that advancement for protecting ourselves with the shield. There he is. Good. I want to get his attention. I do want him to attack me. There. Now, see, we got that achievement. I'll kill this guy and then Where are you? I know you're there. Where are you? There's a creeper up there. You went down there, didn't you? Yeah, why'd you do that? There he is. Come on. I want to kill you. Stop going further in. Oh man, he doesn't see me. There we go. Bam. Bam. Okay. Alright, so we killed him. And he dropped some more bones, and I think he dropped an arrow too, which is good. Alright. And we just get some torches down here. Like so. Good. Alright, I definitely got to explore a lot more of this. But I've shown you how to... Is this... Okay, this up... Ow! I didn't have my shield up, so that's why he shot me in the head. But yeah, that opens up to that crevasse. Now, the ravine is an open air hole, which is next to our spawn point. A crevasse is the same thing, but it's covered. It's underground. Whoa. Let's not fall off there and fall into that lava because we'll definitely die and lose all our stuff. So that is pretty much combat and exploring. The very basic gist of it and how to survive. Using your full gear, including a shield. Okay, all your tool sets. Now there are some more weapons that we can get. You can create a crossbow, which I will show you later time. You can get a trident. And it's raining out again. Figures. So I'm not done exploring this one just quite yet, so I'm not going to put... I'll make this section up here, though. So for something like this, I'd put a torch, say, like right here. To let me know, okay, I'm done with that area. But since I got all those resources, I'm going to kill the squid. Because he's going to drop something. I also want ink sacs. There's one that died naturally on land because they drowned in air. Like we drown in water, they drowned in air. There's a spider. There is one other thing I would like to show you guys before I quit. Let me find some fish. Because if you don't have enough string to make a fishing pole... Oh, I actually missed. Now I got good at using bows. Because on servers, it's not so good because I live on a satellite. Those of you who've heard my videos in the past know that I have a satellite dish that I absolutely hate the company that gives it to me, but it's the only company I'm allowed to have. Don't know why. Okay, here we go. Fish, that's what I want. So if you don't have access to a fishing pole or string to make one, take out your axe or your sword or even your fist if you're daring enough, and you can go fishing by simply striking the fish. And sometimes they'll also drop bone meal, believe it or not. See, I got 3 pieces of fish by hitting them. Alright, that's another way to fish that they added into, I think it was it 15 or 16 exactly, but it was a good feature because it gave a better chance of survivability if you didn't have access to the string and you wanted a food source quick enough and not, alright, oh dear, and not necessarily sometimes the arrow will bounce off the shield and hit them back, by the way. But, you know, food sources. Food sources are definitely something you need to... oh, I didn't put that up because I gotta go again get the resources. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this episode. We covered putting the light down on like the farm and stuff. Spamming the torches is one way to guarantee cover and stuff. And let me show you something real quick, and then we're done about light sourcing. Let's go over to a section where we can actually do this in the open. You know what? It's only 2 hours, and it's raining. Let's get rid of both of these things. Sleep. Yeah, I know, it's kind of all over the place, but it's kind of what happens in... Yeah, you think. You think. See how fast they're moving in the water? They shouldn't be moving that fast. I mean, they got nothing resistance because they're skeletons, but... Ninjas. At least that's what I call them, ninja skeletons. Ugh, okay. So let's go up here a little bit to a flat area. Decent flat area, anyway. And let's talk about light sourcing. Now, when I work in flat areas, when I start digging, as you saw over there, there's a pattern you can use to get the most light source out of the least amount of torches. Alright, so if I take this area and say I put a torch here, alright, I count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, and then you do the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get this here, alright. That will create a, let's get that screen up, remember, function 3 to bring this light screen up, and we're looking for the light level block. Alright, we go over to the center of this area, which, you know, is like in here. As you can see, I have light level 8 right here in the middle. So, place the torch down, count over 7, place the torch on the 7 block. That will give you a level 8. Now, normally, what I do is, I like extra light just in case, especially when I move up and down, because when you move up and down, you lose layers of lighting, more so than if you have it straight on the floor like this. So, what I didn't do was, I go 1, 2, 3, I think I glitched there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and it creates a smaller one, and you use more torches this way. But the center is a level of 10, guaranteeing absolutely no mobs will spawn. And if I go down a level, it's not a big deal. So now, look, I'm right here. I'm reading a level 13, 12, 12. That should be 13 because if I was up a layer, so see, as I'm jumping, it goes up to 13. But since I'm going down one, I lose 1 light level. And the same thing happens when you go up a level. Alright? There's more things to basic lighting and stuff like that as well. So let me cover that real quick. If I put a torch down right there, it's 6 blocks out from the torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is level 8, in a cross formation. So the same thing will happen over to here. But to go, here, I'll use this. To go from here to here, okay, it doesn't go in a box. It goes in a diamond formation. So if I move over 1 block here, it becomes light level 7. But I move over in the diagonal, it's still 8. And if I go from where this source is to that source, it all stays as an 8. And everything outside of it is spawnable. So remember, 6 blocks out in a diamond formation is a light source for a torch. Alright guys, that is your exploration and combat, simple combat anyway. For this episode, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for supporting me. Y'all take care now. Bye.